Chapter 18, Biomagnetic Therapy Technique, a must-read chapter before applying the biomagnets. This chapter describes the special therapies used in health conditions in Chapter 20, Health Problems and Biomagnetic Therapies. Biomag Science, Biomagnets, and Supplements used in therapies. The abbreviations for each of the following magnets: PW, Power Wafer Biomagnets; RB, Regular Biomagnets; Super Biomagnet; BNW, Bionegative Water; BAO, Biomag Science Activated Oxygen; HGH, the Ultimate Supplement Human Growth Hormone; CE, Circulation Enzymes Oral Chelation. The individual therapies referenced by their acronym. The word daytime refers to Sternum or CVS therapy for health maintenance. The word nighttime is in reference to nighttime therapy. OGE is known as Organ Group Energizing Therapy. MET, the Meridian Energizing Therapy. PPP, Proper Polarity Placement. CT, Circuit Therapy, Vortex Initiation Healing Therapy. BRT, Brain Re-Entrainment Therapy. And again, PPP is the proper polarity placement. For biomagnet applications, see illustrations 153, PPP on page 138, Quick Reference Guide, page IX, and the Wellness Kit Pictorial Guide. Basic biomagnet therapy techniques. For pain from injury, sprains, strains, joints, back, or inflammation, a two-stack bionegative field may be applied anywhere on the torso, but when applied on the shoulders and limbs, it must be placed in the negative meridian to ensure that healing energy flows properly to help quickly resolve the issue without stress. See the PPP on page 138 or the Quick Reference Guide on page IX for the correct applications for rapid pain relief and healing on the shoulders and limbs. Example: the bionegative can be applied directly on the front of the left leg over a torn meniscus, but if on the right leg, it must be applied on the back of the leg exactly opposite the meniscus. Exception of bionegative green on a positive meridian. A single power wafer may be used for 20 minutes only for a skin condition such as a burn, cut, scrape, or Baker's cyst. Remove after 20 minutes, as the area will become stressed and may start to hurt. Normally 20 minutes is enough time to start the healing of a skin condition. Pain relief. Most pain relief from therapy applications occur within minutes to hours, but may take up to 3.5 days to achieve comfort. If there is no relief after 3.5 days, then the circuit therapy will be required for pain relief and healing. You can reference page 147 or in the Wellness Kit Pictorial Guide. Basic and advanced therapies. Most are shown in the following illustrations. The daytime sternum therapy increases energy and wellness. The daytime sternum therapy, also known as the daytime, uses a two-stack power wafers bionegative green over the indentation of the sternum or breastbone. It's applied in the morning and worn until bedtime for full body energy supplementation. Most people wear them daily with a day off ever so often when they instinctively feel that they've had enough energy. If nervousness is felt when first using the daytime therapy, reduce the power by moving the bionegative green 2-stack of power wafers to the lower CVS, back of the neck on skin at hairline, as noted on pages 116, 178, 229, for 3 to 10 days, until the daytime can be worn without nervousness. Warning: do not apply daytime therapy if you have a pacemaker or defibrillator. See the pacemaker defibrillator warning, page 117. Nighttime therapy increases energy and wellness. Nighttime therapy, known as nighttime, helps achieve deep, restorative sleep necessary for healing. As we age, the pineal gland often becomes hypoactive and does not produce enough melatonin to enable us to sleep well and heal. By applying a 2-stack of power wafers, bionegative green, on the crown top of the head, the pineal gland is energized to put out a normal amount of melatonin for sleeping. The nighttime therapy is often used for 10 days to 3 weeks to retrain the pineal gland to normalize melatonin output. Biomag Science has clients who have worn it daily for several decades because it gives such great sleep and daily energy. People often weave the 2-stack power wafer into their hair by pulling the hair over the first power wafer, then placing the second over it to hold them both in place. Women often use a barrette to hold the power wafers, while others use a sleeping cap. Meridian Energizing Therapy, otherwise known as MET. The MET was developed to overcome acute chronic illness and disease by energizing and balancing the entire body, so cellular functions would normalize and quickly heal. The MET, applied on the head, hands, and feet, first energizes the cells in the central and peripheral nervous system, then expands the energy to the cells and tissue in the extremities and throughout the body. The MET quickly energizes the body's cells to help overcome long-term illness and disease. Energizing the cells is like charging a car battery. When the battery is low, the lights, radio, and engine can't operate correctly. When the body's cells are sick or hurt, their charge is low and their metabolic and immune functions cannot operate properly. Charging them with bionegative energy helps raise their charge, which normalizes their functions, helps healing, and reduces pain. Science teaches that energy always seeks balance. Biomag Science research has shown that the MET energy from the 5 peripheral points of the body travels to meet and balance at the solar plexus. During its travel, any weak, low-energy cells, such as in nerve, gland, organ, or muscle tissue, that cannot carry or bridge the energy forward, are energized so that they will bridge the energy and it can continue forward on its path to meet and balance. The energized, formerly weak cells are now functioning and healthy. The MET's ability to energize, balance, and help heal is a major therapy breakthrough in helping overcome heretofore acute, chronic health issues that could not be addressed with allopathic medicine. Examples of the MET are awakening an individual from a terminal coma, helping a quadriplegic regenerate his nerves for walking and living normally again, helping overcome 15 and 25-year bedridden chronic malabsorption, and many other conditions too numerous to list. Meridian Energizing Therapy Placement. Review the following MET diagram below or in the Wellness Kit Pictorial Guide. It is suggested that the MET be done when at rest, either sitting or reclining. Please note any biomagnet application directly in the MET circuit, such as the lower CVS, spine, elbow, knee, etc., must be removed during the MET, as it interferes with the therapy. The daytime and any organ therapies are not in the circuit and are okay. Apply negative RB on the palm of left hand and right foot arch, and the positive RB on the palm of the right hand and left foot arch. Alternative MET hand and foot application. Use a bandage or wrap and apply the negative RB on the wrist just above the palm of the left hand and the back of the ankle of the right foot, and put the positive RB on the wrist just above the palm of the right hand and on the back of the ankle of the left foot. Use a 2-stack negative power wafer on the crown of the head. Do the daytime, taking note to the pacemaker defibrillator warning, and continue after the MET. Drink bionegative energized water with BAO to increase cellular nitrogen, oxygen, and detoxification. Therapy term 30 to 45 minutes daily for 10 days, or as indicated by the conditions therapy. See Wellness Kit on page 242. OMET, overnight MET, was developed for individuals whose protocols require multiple MET applications and who want to progress their therapy more quickly. They can do the MET while sleeping, since the OMET is a much longer therapy than the standard MET, and to ensure that the energy is not too strong, the power wafer PW replaces the regular biomagnet RB in the therapy. Following the standard MET polarity application, apply a single PW on each wrist above the hand, under each foot, or on the back of the ankle, and the normal 2-stack of PWs on the head. The OMET does not require the daytime sternum placement. Apply the therapy as long as it feels good. MET nervousness, experienced when first doing the MET, indicates very low energy and toxic buildup. Do the daytime or CVS therapy for 3 to 10 days to provide enough energy to detoxify, and then apply the MET comfortably with good results. Noticing the pacemaker defibrillator warning on page 117. Organ group energizing OGE therapy is used for chronic illness or an injury that has led to a chronic medical condition. The OGE elevates and helps normalize the primary organ functions, all at the same time uniformly. This therapy helps overcome hypoactive, non-functioning organs to immediately normalize and start functioning properly. This also helps to restart proper enzyme and hormone outputs in helping overcome chronic medical conditions and disease. The OGE is so effective, it has helped awaken and heal a 91-year-old man out of a terminating septic shock coma. See Biomagnificent Testimonials and Case Studies, Chapter 13. The OGE is often applied as the first therapy to restart all the important metabolic functions. It is always applied in conjunction with other protocols such as the MET, daytime, nighttime, etc., and shown in the ATACC, Acute Chronic Therapy Protocols, in the Wellness Kit Pictorial Guide. However, it should be noted that many people use it 24/3 as a tune-up therapy for more energy. Oge placement. Using medical tape, band-aid, or a bandage. Apply 4 negative 2 stacks of power wafer /RB over the liver, under the forward right side of rib cage, and the pancreas spleen under the forward left rib cage. Both kidneys on the back, same level as the front placements. Place a negative 2 stack of PWs on the CVS. Term 24 hours a day for 3 to 5 days, depending upon the condition. The OGE therapy is available as a separate kit or in the wellness kit, or separately on pages 188 and 190. Brain Re-Entrainment Therapy, BRT. The BRT helps heal and normalize neurological dissociative and hypertrophic conditions, such as migraine headaches, infant manifest nystagmus with strabiscus, blindness from lack of optokinetic development of the optic nerve, muscles and associative connective tissue, post-stroke motor functions, tremor, and depression. This is done by retraining and energizing the energy flow in the brain and increasing the energy in the neurotransmitter chemistry, which helps signals clarify better. The BRT is normally applied during the day along with daytime therapy. The CVS placement cannot be used during the BRT. BRT application during the day for 3 to 6 hours. Apply a 2-stack negative power wafer on the middle forehead on the skin with a band-aid at the hairline to stimulate the brain's energy to retrain its natural flow from the frontal lobe through the brain to the back of the head occipital and down into the body. The forehead placement can be left on all day and night unless other therapies, OMET, nighttime, are required. 3 to 4 times during the BRT period, a 2-stack positive power wafer is placed on the occipital back of the head or skull for 10 minutes, then removed. The application provides a healing circuit of natural energy flow between the front negative and the back positive placement to help correct any neurological issue. Take note of the pacemaker defibrillator warning, page 117. Body polarities. The diagram of the body is shown in the anatomical view, with the thumbs out and the palms facing front. An important understanding about the polarity meridians of the hands and arms. The small dotted line that indicates the center division line between the positive and negative body polarities. The proper polarity placement. Important application on the limbs. As noted in the anatomical view, thumbs out, palm forward, in the polarity illustration on this page and the illustrations of the body in the second part of this chapter. Different parts of the body have different charges. For biomagnetic applications, the torso has a basically negative charge, but the limbs, hands, feet, arms, legs, shoulder joints, and hips are completely different. They have been measured and the charges are different from the left and the right, front and back. On the limbs, each side is exactly the opposite charge of the other side. These areas are along what are called meridians. The left anterior or front meridian of the limbs has a negative polarity charge, and the right anterior meridian of the limbs has a positive charge. Using the anatomical view, we see that the left palm, wrist, arm, shoulder, hip, leg, and top of the foot meridian have a negative charge, while the right palm, wrist, arm, shoulder, hip, leg, and top of the foot meridian have the opposite positive charge. The posterior or back of each side has exactly the opposite charge from its anterior or front meridian. The posterior of the left limbs, including the bottom of the foot, has a positive charge, while the posterior of the right limbs, including the bottom of the foot, has a negative charge. Why the polarity meridians are so important? When applying a strong magnetic field, such as with the bionegative healing energy to the body, the magnetism excites the electrons and generates an electrical charge in the atoms that make up the cells. An electrical microcurrent is also generated and flows from the point of application through the tissue. The biomagnetic energy is what increases the electrical energy and health of the cells and tissue, while at the same time reducing the pain. Always place negative energy on the negative meridian and positive energy on the positive meridian. See the exception for skin and hip applications. Just as with your car or electronic device, the electrical energy in the body flows in a specific direction. If you have ever read the warning about using jumper cables on the battery of a car, that same warning applies to your body. On the battery, you would never cross the positive and negative because it would spark dangerously, short circuit, and can cause major damage. On the limbs, applying bionegative energy on a positive meridian or biopositive energy on a negative meridian causes a short circuit in the body's electric energy flow and surrounding tissue. The improperly applied energy can prohibit healing, and many people report stress the area and cause pain. Proper polarity placement. When the energy is applied correctly on the applicable meridian, the energy substantially enhances healing while providing rapid pain relief. The PPP refers to any therapy that is applied on the meridians of the limbs and is shown on the body diagrams on the following pages and in the quick reference guide, page IX. Application placement. When using the PPP, review the polarity diagram and note which side of your limbs is positive and negative, and then place the bionegative biomagnet on the negative meridian, even if the pain is in the positive meridian on the other side of the limb. By applying the bionegative energy on the negative meridian, the healing energy naturally flows into the positive meridian to help quickly reduce pain and stimulate healing. Example of PPP. Carpal tunnel example. Although the pain may be on the other side of the wrist, the PPP is applied as follows. If the pain is on the right wrist, apply the negative green on the posterior opposite palm side of the wrist. If the pain is on the left wrist, place the negative green on the anterior or palm side of the wrist. Wear for 3 to 5 days. If there is relief, continue wearing another 7 days to ensure enough healing time. However, if there is no relief after 3 to 5 days, apply the circuit therapy by applying the positive on the anterior right wrist, palm side, or on the posterior left wrist, opposite palm side, along with the negative biomagnet, and wear for 10 days. On the 11th day, remove the positive and continue to wear the negative for another 10 days to help complete the energy healing. If the pain returns after removing the positive, reapply the positive to complete the circuit therapy for another 10 days. Then follow the same step by removing the positive and continuing the negative for another 10 days to help complete the healing. Heel example, HEEL. If the problem area is in the heel of the foot, such as a fracture or trauma, placements of the biomagnets are as follows. On the right foot, place the negative green on the bottom of the foot or back of the ankle on the negative meridian. On the left foot, place the negative green on the top of the foot. Wear for 3.5 days. If there is relief, continue wearing another 7 days to ensure enough healing time. However, if there is no relief after 3.5 days, apply the circuit therapy by applying the positive on the anterior right foot top or on the posterior left foot bottom foot, along with the continuing negative biomagnet, and wear for 10 days. On the 11th day, remove the positive and continue to wear the negative for another 10 days to help complete the energy healing. If the pain returns after removing the positive, reapply the positive to complete the circuit therapy for another 10 days. Then follow the same step by removing the positive and continue the negative for another 10 days to help complete the healing. The PPP of the biomagnet is very important on the shoulders, arms, legs, extremities, and on the hip when using circuit therapy. Biomagnets are applied with Band-Aid adhesive tape or self-stick bandage. Examples of rapid meridian healing. Example 1. A 72-year-old male crushed both knees and splintered both legs down to his ankles in an accident just before Thanksgiving. After opening and screwing everything together, his doctor explained that it would take approximately 10 months until August to heal, and then physiotherapy would be required for him to learn to walk again. After placing the super biomagnets bionegative green down in the negative meridians down the front of his left leg and back of his right, he needed no pain medicine and was walking normally by the 3rd week of January. 400% faster healing without any complications or long-term physiotherapy. Example 2. The following case required the knee circuit therapy on the right leg to regenerate a severed nerve, which requires PPP. The nerve of the knee of a 72-year-old man was severed during surgery. His doctor said, "You will never feel anything below the knee ever again." The man had reported to us that walking was extremely hard without having any feeling. We advised him to do the knee circuit therapy. The circuit therapy requires that on the right leg, the biopositive be applied on the front of the leg below the knee in the positive meridian, and the bionegative applied on the back of the leg above the knee in the negative meridian. After 1 month of the knee circuit therapy, the nerve healed and he got his feeling back and could walk normally again. To see a video of him, you can go to www.biomagscience.net. Exception to the PPP, skin conditions, and hip. Skin conditions and negative placement on a positive meridian. A single power wafer bionegative green can be used on a positive meridian for 20 minutes only for topical skin conditions such as burns, cuts, insect bites, scrapes, or Baker's cysts. This will not interfere with the energy flow, but any longer than 20-minute application is too strong and will short-circuit the natural energy flow and may cause pain. The hip bone negative placement on a positive meridian. The hip meridians are flexible, and a powerful bionegative energy can be used anywhere on either hip. However, if circuit therapy is required to help generate connective tissue, the PPP on the meridian is required. Circuit therapy regeneration. Nerve, fractures, cartilage, and connective tissue. Circuit therapy CT, formerly known as the vortex initiation healing therapy, helps heal and/or regenerate severed nerves, broken bones, and damaged, missing, or worn-out cartilage and connective tissue by applying both the bionegative and biopositive fields in a circuit. CT works like the body when a fracture occurs. The fracture first goes into a positive and negative charge on each side of the break to pull that bone together. Opposite charges attract to calcify and heal. Once the union is initiated, the site goes into a fully negative charged state in order to heal. In a CT, the bionegative and biopositive energies are applied in both the correct negative and positive meridians. CPPP, page 138. On both sides of the damaged or missing severed soft tissue or fractured bone. Once the circuit is applied, the opposite energies are attracted to each other and reach out through the tissue to meet and balance with each other. Applications indicate that when there is any damaged or missing tissue in the middle of the negative and positive circuit that's preventing the flow of their energy from meeting, then their energy will stimulate the cells and their DNA to heal and or regenerate the missing tissue, so that the energy can be bridged to meet and balance. Please see the miracle-like cases of severed nerves healed and quadriplegics walking again in chapters 13 and 18. Circuit therapy protocols: limbs, shoulders, hips, and back. Depending on the depth of the penetration required, apply the appropriate size Biomagnet 2-stack PWs, PWRB, or RBs. Bionegative and biopositive 3 inches above and below, with the negative application closest in the direction of the heart, or anterior front or posterior back on the site as required by the PPP on page 138. After 10 days, remove the positive and place the negative directly on the site for another 10 days to ensure healing. If pain occurs after removing the positive, reapply the circuit positive for another 10 days. Then remove the positive and apply the negative over the site for an additional 10 days. Back, sciatica, herniated disc. Apply a 2-stack PWs positive on spine and a 2-stack of PWRB 3 inches to the right and left of the spine application. Wear for 10 days, then remove the spinal application and maintain the 2 left and right negative placements for another 10 days. If pain returns after removing the center positive, reapply the positive spine application and repeat the protocol. Sciatica term 3 to 4 weeks. Herniated disc term 6 to 8 weeks. See circuit therapy applications in the Wellness Kit Pictorial Guide. Important note: it is important to do all Biomag science therapies for the specified term to ensure the body has enough time to fully heal. The PPP for fracture or cartilage repair. Right elbow lateral view. 1. Place negative on posterior of arm and positive on anterior arm. Wear for 10 to 14 days. 2. Remove positive, adjust negative on posterior arm over the injury site and wear for 3 weeks. Placement for the left elbow is same as shown on left knee. Left knee lateral view. 1. Place negative on anterior side of knee and positive on posterior side of knee. Wear for 10 to 14 days. 2. Remove the positive, adjust negative on anterior side of knee close to injury site, and wear for 3 weeks. Placement for the right knee is same as shown on the right elbow. Nerve regeneration. It has been shown that the electromagnetic forces from biomagnetism can regenerate severed nerve cells. If the injury, such as a broken neck, back, etc., just occurred, it's first important to reduce the inflammation at the trauma site or nerve breach. With your medical practitioner's approval, use the circuit therapy. Spinal regeneration therapy technique. First, apply negative to the area for 3 days to reduce the swelling and inflammation. After the inflammation is reduced, apply a negative 2-stack of power wafers 2 inches above the nerve break or breach, and a positive 2-stack of power wafers 2 inches below the breach or break. No matter where the injury is, the negative is always placed above the positive toward the head. If the injury is old, start with step 2 above. The therapy term may take months, but has shown results of new feeling, movement, and eventual healing within a reasonable time. Examples of nerve regeneration. After 20 doctors told him he would never walk again, a middle-aged man almost completely quadriplegic did the MET, Meridian Energizing Therapy, religiously and started to get feeling. After a number of months, working at it over a year, he got back full feeling, motion, and normal use of his body. Unfortunately, the individual had not known that the spinal nerve regeneration protocol was available, and may have been able to heal his spinal break much more quickly. Another middle-aged male quadriplegic for many years got some feeling and motion back after the spinal nerve regeneration circuit was applied. Within a month of the application, the individual was able to raise his arm slowly and shake hands with our representative, who had directed the therapy. Unfortunately, we lost contact with the man and do not have any follow-up. However, according to what we've learned and the fact that his spinal cord had already shown considerable healing, it's possible that he may have normalized. After 6 months of physiotherapy, the doctor explained to a 72-year-old man whose nerve in his knee was severed during surgery that he would never be able to feel anything from his knee down or ever have full motion of his leg again. See the video at biomagscience.net. Subsequently, the knee circuit therapy was applied. In less than 6 weeks, his nerve and connective tissue regenerated for full feeling and motion. He was able to walk normally again. Biomag Science Circuit Therapy Kits. Single circuit therapy kits, such as for the back, sciatica, carpal tunnel, elbow, shoulder, hip, knee, organ group energizing, are available separately from Biomag Science. The wellness kit comes with all the magnets, material, and instructions to encompass all the circuit therapies for whatever need may arise. The wellness kit is recommended as the most important all-purpose first aid kit that everyone should have in their home for any emergency and for increasing and maintaining the family's vitality and good health.